Here we are, smack dab in the middle of the year. Yep. Think of it as halftime in the big game. I'm mentioning the big game and halftime because football season is almost around the corner. Go Broncos. In halftime, it isn't really about beating ourselves up about what we've missed, the misplays, if we're going to keep that analogy going. It's about resetting the strategy so that we can end the year, the second half, off the way that we intended it to be. So today I'm giving you 3 power moves to do exactly that, to reset your vision, your goals, and all the things that you hope to do back in January when you set those goals, to show up stronger in your business, to show up stronger in your career, perhaps grow your personal brand, or show up stronger in life, in Middlescence as a whole. We started the year with our career goals, our business goals, our personal goals, right? But it's mid-year, and most of us have probably let those go, or they are gathering dust someplace, or perhaps your dog ate them. But the problem isn't you. It's about life changes. Life be lifing sometimes, right? And your goals need to evolve with the changes that happens. But I think we know that. Sometimes we just have to be reminded of that. So the solution is, today I'm going to show you how to pause, reset, and really create a new vision or edit the vision that you have so that you can finish the year with purpose, intent, all the things, and make sure that your company, your career, and your brand and life reflects exactly who you are in this stage of life today. Again, the stage of Middlescence. I welcome you to the House of Middlescence. I'm Barbara Brooks, and I am all about helping us over 50 elevate, go next level, and do all the things and be who we want to be in our careers, our life, and all the things. So here we go. Yes, I'm in my soft girl era today. Yep. I am spending the day resetting my own vision for the rest of the year. So I'm in my soft girl era. Here we go. I'm in my big sweats. But let's talk about you. This isn't about scrapping your January plans. It's about editing, adding, adjusting, revising, reviewing, all the re's of your goals that you set back in January, or maybe you set them a couple of months ago. Regardless of when you set your goals, this is about adjusting them so your goals meet you exactly where you are today. Think of this as curating your career playlist, curating your entrepreneurship / business playlist, or your life's playlist. It's up to you, right? That's the beauty of this time in our age. It's all up to you. But it's all about curating them so that we can keep you and keep us on track with what resonates with us today, and let's skip what doesn't. Let's toss it out. Let's rip it up and add a new bold track to your playlist. And maybe your playlist is an 80s playlist. Okay, my playlist is all the things. Oh my gosh, music is my jam. But I digress. So let's start with the receipts. Let's revisit those wins. Let's look back at your wins in your business, in your career, and in life. Let's take a good look at what worked. What can you celebrate? And I want you to write those down. I don't want you to just think about them, but I want you to write those wins, those celebrations, those big things that you accomplished. Heck, even if they weren't on your goals list or your vision board, write them down, go at it, and really think about where you have been so far, because there's nothing better than to take a look back for us to move forward, but also more importantly, to celebrate and really take heed And what we have done, that alone will make you feel better about where you are in this moment as you watch this video. They are proof that you are moving forward and you are not stuck like you might be thinking. You might just get unstuck in writing all of these things down. Let's talk about those goals that you set, whenever you set them, but perhaps you did set them with your vision board back in January. Not every goal deserves to hit the finish line. Not every goal will make it to the end zone. But it's not your fault. It's not because of anything else other than life happens. So I want you to ask yourself, does this goal still serve you personally, professionally, in your career? Because if it doesn't, I want you to let it go. I want you to rip it up. I want you to not even think of it. Now, if it's something that you do want to eventually accomplish, put it aside. Put it in your notebook. Put it on your device. Keep it somewhere so that you remember at least that you do want to do that goal. But these goals, maybe you planned a trip or a project that no longer fits your big picture. Maybe you planned a trip to Mexico and you know what? This summer, things got away from you and life happened and you just couldn't make it work. Maybe it's financially. Maybe it was timing. Maybe it was your boss wouldn't let you off, even if the boss is you, because you have other things that you had to get done. Or maybe you thought of a big new idea for your company, but right now it doesn't fit the revenue model, or right now you're thinking that big new idea needs to just be set aside. Maybe it needs to be scrapped entirely. Maybe that big new idea does not fit who your company or where you're taking your company next. You've got bigger fish to fry. I hate fish, so I don't know why I gave you that analogy. But I just want you to know that editing or scrapping that big goal is not quitting in the least. No, you are not a quitter. It is strategy. It's a power move. It's about you just simply rethinking where it is you want to go in life, career, and business, and in Middlescence. You know, that's my favorite word. Regardless, it is a smart move right now to edit your goals. And I want you to get out that pen and paper or keep that pen and paper out, because in the end, I'm sharing with you something to make this vision reset a little bit easier. I love a good worksheet. Let's talk about adding something new, replacing that goal or that thing you wanted to do at the beginning that no longer serves you. Let's talk about adding something new. But first, I want to take a little step back. I want you to remember, back to school season is around the corner. I want you to remember that trip to Kmart and the Blue Light Special and going there and getting new things and picking out your new supplies. And that feeling you had when you were going through all the notebooks and the Trapper Keepers and which one your mom was going to buy, and those fancy little pencils that we had with all the swirls, what colors you were going to pick, what designs you were going to select, and that excitement that you got in those moments when you were shopping for your new clothes, because it's back to school. You are going back to school. I want you to have that same excitement for resetting these goals and finishing out the year strong. I want you to think about, and I want you to drum up that excitement when it comes to your back to school for your business, your career, and your life. I want you to think of this as your new school year. And maybe it does mean that you go out and get a new pen. You go out and get a new notebook. You go out, maybe you've been needing a new computer, whatever it may be. And you know what? Treat yourself to a new back to school outfit. That's what I want you to think about when we're talking about adding something new to end the year on a new note, the way that you want to end the year. What is that fresh new goal? What is that fresh, new idea or thing that you want to do? That thing that excites you as much as it excited you when you did see that blue light special going on inside of Kmart. What is it? Maybe it's finally pitching yourself for that big dream opportunity. Maybe it's building up your personal brand, because you are a brand. If you have social media and you have said one thing on social media, I say this all the time to my community and my women, and when I'm speaking, this means you are a brand. So maybe it's taking your personal brand to an even bigger level so that you have greater visibility, so that you can grow the revenue within your company, so that you can secure that next new gig or that next new career. So maybe that's one of your big ideas. Maybe because you didn't make it to Mexico, maybe your new goal is a 3-day staycation right here in your state. Maybe it's just that simple. Regardless, I want you to think of this as your back to school season for your business, career, and life, and figure it out and write your new next big goal. This way you can end the year out the way that you want, because that's ultimately what I want you to do in this 6-month vision reset. You have, as it says on my wall, 365 new days, which gives you 365 new chances at whatever it is. So let's get moving. Your 6-month vision to finishing the year on purpose, literally on purpose and figuratively, is right in front of you. You just need to do the work. This reset you're working on, it is not about perfection, it's about direction. Get messy with it. Don't look for it to be absolutely perfect. Just get moving, because you know this. When you know where you want to go, suddenly the path is clear for you. Suddenly the skies are blue. So just get to work. Get to doing and resetting the rest of the year. Now, I've created a 6-month vision worksheet to make things easier. It's to help guide you through this reset. So I want you to download it below and then tell me in the comments, what's your one bold, big, new, back to school thing that you are going to accomplish sometime this year before December 31st happens upon us, because it will be here soon if you're not careful. I'm Barbara Brooks, and I want you to remember, aging isn't a fade out, it's a live remix. And you know what? This is your next track on your soundtrack. Aging is living.